What's up, Rams, and welcome back to Cam's Corner. I'm your host, Cameron Evig. So as I'm sure you've heard and been keeping up with, the NFL Draft was this past weekend, and the main question on every Ram fan's mind was when, and let's be honest, where star tight end and former Mackey Award-winning Trey McBride was going to get drafted. So to spoil the anticipation, he obviously did end up getting selected. I'll fill you in on where and when it was, and what this new home means for Trey's brand new pro career on Cam's Corner, which starts right now. So like I said at the top, Trey's name of course got called in the 2022 NFL Draft, but surprisingly to everyone here in FOCO, it actually wasn't on Thursday during the first round, where many, including myself, thought he'd land. But instead, midway through the second, where a certain team from the NFC West picked him up. But before we get to that, let's get to where I thought the big man should have gone throughout the pre-draft process. Now originally when I was thinking about a good fit for Trey, I mentioned teams like the Jets, Bengals, and Chargers as good landing spots for the big man from Fort Morgan, but one place I didn't mention or expect him to go at all is down to the desert in Arizona, which is where, yes, if you weren't able to guess, he ended up going. Let's see his reaction to being drafted as well as his first conversation with his new head coach, Cliff Kingsbury, before I get into my fit for number 85.
Excited to get you, man. So get ready to play. There ain't no red shirt, all right? Get you in there
I'm ready,
get
man.
You as a weapon.
Hey, I'm coming in ready to roll, man. I love Arizona. I just trained there in Phoenix.
Oh, it's the best.
Man,
hey,
so
you got
I fell
drafted.
in love with that damn place.
You got drafted to football paradise, man. Trust me.
Let's go, baby.
You can't beat
Let's
it
go,
out
man.
here.
Thank you so much.
Of
Thank
course.
you so
Congrats,
much.
man. Y'all have fun.
Yes, sir.
All
Thank
right.
you so
Take
much,
care.
Coach. Excited
Bye.
to see you.
Yep.
Now, whether you like the cards or not, someone's dream finally coming true is pretty cool stuff. But now let's get into the breakdown. So as I mentioned earlier, the 6'4", 46-pound tight end, was drafted in the second round, number 55 overall, to the Arizona Cardinals. And it's pretty safe to say that him and his family were ecstatic about the CSU legend being able to start his career with an offense filled with guys like Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, and fellow tight end Zach Ertz, who is a three-time Pro Bowler and has a game-winning Super Bowl catch to his name. And he also just signed a 3-year, $31 million contract to stay in Glendale. So, as you can guess, picking the best tight end on the board when you just extended a top 10 tight end in the league is pretty strange to me. But the fact that Trey is so versatile in the run and pass game makes this pick a good one for any team that needs help in the receiving and an extra blocker on the line, especially after the squad just lost wideout Christian Kirk to the receiving room. Trey's ability to excel as a receiver and run after the catch helps fill that role. And side note for a sec, the Jaguars gave Christian Kirk a 4-year, $72 million contract to completely reset the wideout market. There's no shot he's worth that. But in any event, McBride also opens the door for the Cards to run more two tight end sets, and with debatably the most mobile quarterback in the NFL and a running back in James Conner, who was coming off a 15-touchdown season last year in what was a split backfield, Trey could see a lot of time in his rookie year. Also, don't forget that number 85 spent his last year in college with a quarterback that was also very mobile. But the difference between Todd Centeio and Kyler Murray is obvious. Trey should fit right into a system that the Cards run, considering it's a lot like what Steve Adazio was doing with the run-first mentality and the bootlegs with mobile quarterbacks. So yeah, at first I was a bit disappointed with the selection because the Cardinals already have a solid tight end in Zach Ertz. But the more I think about it, the better I feel that Trey can still produce at a pro level in that spot. Also, some huge news that we got this morning is that star wideout DeAndre Hopkins will be facing a 6-game suspension to start next year, which obviously opens the door even more for Trey to get some playing time in. Well, Rams, that's all the time I got for you tonight. So stick around for Out of Pocket, which is right after this.